The night sky above Nantucket Island was clear that summer. The sea was quiet only, the sound of waves breathing softly against the shore. And there, on a small rooftop, a young woman sat alone. Her name was Maria Mitchell. She wasn't rich. She wasn't born into power. But she had something else, a window to the stars. Every night, while others slept, Maria climbed the ladder behind her family's house, carrying her telescope and a small lantern. She would whisper to the sky, not in prayer, not in science, but in something between the two. "They're not far away," she once wrote in her journal. "They are near enough, if only we have eyes that can see." It was the early 1800s, a time when women weren't allowed inside most universities. Astronomy was a man's world, and the heavens were considered too complicated for a woman's mind. But Maria's father, William Mitchell, was different. He worked as a school teacher and part-time astronomer, and he noticed early on that his daughter had a gift. At just 12 years old, Maria helped him calculate the exact time of a solar eclipse. At 14, she could chart the movement of the planets. At 17, she was teaching math herself, barefoot.com, confident. And by 29, she would do something no American woman had ever done before. It was October 1st, 1847. The island wind was colder that night, sharp, restless, almost alive. Maria adjusted her telescope, her hands steady but her heart racing. Something felt different in the sky. She looked again, and there it was, a faint, glowing light just above the horizon. Not a planet, not a star, something moving. "A visitor," she whispered from far away. She measured, recorded, and checked her charts again and again. And finally, she realized she had discovered a new comet. When her father sent the data to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, they refused to believe a woman had found it. But word spread quickly, and even the King of Denmark, who offered a gold medal for every new comet discovery, recognized her achievement. They called it Miss Mitchell's Comet. And that night, for the first time in history, a woman's name was written among the stars. Fame came quietly to Maria, like a tide that didn't ask permission. Newspapers called her the Lady Astronomer of America. Colleges tried to invite her, but only to display her, not to hire her. When she finally became a professor at Vassar College, she refused to wear gowns or follow ladylike rules. She walked into class with chalk on her sleeve and said softly, "You don't need permission to think." Her students adored her. She told them the stars don't belong to kings or men. They belong to everyone who dares to look up. But fame had its shadows. In private letters, Maria wrote about loneliness, how the world admired her discoveries but ignored her questions. She wanted to know why the universe worked the way it did, but science had no patience for poetry. So she made her own kind of science, one that left room for wonder. "We reach for truth," she wrote, "but sometimes truth is a song we can only hear when it's quiet." As she grew older, Maria became more spiritual, not in religion, but in reflection. She believed the stars were not just distant suns, but friends of light, teaching us patience. She spent her last years guiding her students through midnight observations, sometimes sitting silently beside them, sometimes whispering stories of the sky. When the clouds rolled in and the stars disappeared, she would tell them they haven't gone anywhere. They're just waiting for us to look again. Maria Mitchell died in 1889, but her observatory still stands in Nantucket. The telescope rusted, but pointing upward exactly where she left it. And every summer, when the Perseid meteor shower streaks across the sky. Locals say you can feel her presence, a gentle hum in the air, like the sky itself remembering her voice. Because Maria didn't just study the stars, she spoke to them, and somehow they spoke back. Close your eyes and imagine standing by the Nantucket shore. The wind is cold, the sky so full of stars, it feels alive. You lift your gaze, and for a moment, you understand what Maria felt. That the universe isn't distant or cold. It's listening, it's alive, and it remembers those who dared to look up and dream. Thank you for watching. If her story moved you, please consider liking and subscribing for more stories of forgotten dreamers.